and welcome to one of the first and hopefully not the last live video that I make covering Team Fortress 2. This is a first impressions map tier list for the summer 2024 maps that have just been recently added on July 18th, 2024, which happens to be the same day of recording here. And I want to start off complete with Atom Smash first. I'm putting Atom Smash in reskin because Atom Smash is just Monster Bash from Halloween, except they put the Halloween map in before they put the regular map in. Although Atom Smash has a bunch of cool features to it, like all the Half-Life sound effects from Half-Life 1 before the big event happened in that game, which I think is sick, honestly. And plus, I tried to get it to work with bots to see if anything happens, you know, when you win or something like that. For some reason, it wasn't working on my end. So reskin here is also going to be known as the unranked tier because I don't know how to rank it. And honestly, another thing too, I don't like player destruction, so I don't think it's my right to rank this at all. So it's going to stay here in reskin / unranked. And I want to get this one out of the way too, which is Hadal. If you've played Sulfur and you like Sulfur, you're going to like Hadal. So Hadal is just Sulfur, except way more enclosed, kind of like Junction is. And if you played Junction, it's not that fun. And if you're not a fan of Sulfur, you're definitely not going to be a fan of this map. I'm a huge anti-Sulfur type of person. So I don't see myself ever playing on Hadal. Although it looks really, really cool. And that's something I do want to say right off the bat. All of these maps are super, super beautiful. Like Applejack, which I'm going to put an A, because not only is it CTF, not only is it beautiful, but it's basically like bigger 2-fort. You have that midsection, and then it's really just the two bases, and that's it. There's no underground, unfortunately, but it's basically way more fall-themed 2-fort, almost like how Brew is themed in the fall setting there. Super, super beautiful map. Honestly, I think that I'm going to be playing Applejack a lot. I got to put Megaton in S tier. I've played Megaton, actually. I've played Megaton, I've played Overgrown, and I played Berghausen all before recording this video, within probably like an hour ago. Megaton is almost exactly like how Doomsday starts off. Like, I'll probably put it side to side on the video here, but how you see Doomsday when you spawn in, like that whole spawner where you have the 3 entrances, same thing with Megaton. Not only that, but it's a really like straightforward Koth map, like really, really small, like traditional Koth map. And at the end of the map, the freaking nuke goes off. How sick is that? Honestly, I think it's one of the best looking maps too to come from this update. So Megaton stays in S tier. Love this map so much. Berghausen, the other map I played, I'm going to put in B. And the only reason why I put in B, one, it's not the only reason. There's a few reasons. It's medieval. And honestly, it's better than the Groot, in my opinion. I love this compared to the Groot Keep. But if blue just bum rushes the single point you have, it's like you're playing Hydro, where you have the 1 point that gets capped, and that's it. You're on to the next point. Oh, that 1 point gets capped. Okay, it's kind of weird like that. There's 3 points technically speaking, but it's 3 maps. So I'm not really a big fan, and I'm really not a huge advocate for medieval mode, even though it's fun to play sometimes. I'm glad there's another medieval mode map now in the game, so that's super, super sick. Embargo is a PL map And I'm going to put it in A. Actually, I might put it in S, literally for the sole reason, if you're on blue, the bomb flies in on a helicopter and gets deployed, and it's super sick. And then you're pushing it into like this casino. It's got custom voice lines. It even has the new butler bot hat or whatever. They're in the map and they're sitting there playing in the casino as the dealers. Honestly, super, super sick. Really has like a kind of like Pier vibe, and I love Pier personally. I can see myself playing Embargo a lot, and I think it's going to be a really, really fun map to play. Now, let's go to... I'm not going to try to pronounce this, so I'm going to call it Catch. I know it doesn't say Catch here, but this map too, super duper cool map. It's Koth map. You can see each other from each other's spawn rooms, which I think is super duper sick. And it reminds me almost like of a mix of a TF2, and don't hate me for saying this, but a TF2 and a Call of Duty map, because you're fighting next to a helicopter. The helicopter blades do kill you and the bloodstains stay, which I think is fucking dope. Really, really tropical map though. That's another thing that I like about, so like Megaton, Catch here, Canavera here, all like almost Mercenary Park summer vibes, super duper cool. Odyssey 2 is in there, but Odyssey reminds me of another map that I'm gonna bring up in a second. But super cool map. Honestly, I could see playing there a lot. Super high skybox too, so like soldiers can rocket jump and market gardeners galore there. I think it's gonna be a fun map to play. Overgrown is a map that I have played, and I'm going to put it mid ground because it plays like how Gorge plays. Not 5 control point, but like just a regular seat, like regular control point, but Gorge. And although there is a train like in the final of Cactus Canyon where like you can jump on and it gets you to the point faster and stuff like that. So even if you don't have an engineer, you can get to the point really, really quick from one route if you go straight out of blue spawn and to the right, which I think is super sick. Also, it's a very, very pretty map. Almost reminds me of, I forget what Koth map it is, but it's for the Day of the Dead. It was a Halloween map. I'll probably post it up, and it's probably not Koth. It's probably a different game mode. I just don't remember because it was a few years ago. Super cool map though. It played very, very well, and I look forward to it. Also, there's a bunch of Tom Jones references, which I think is sick, and everybody was kind of like drawn to it when we were playing. So I like Overgrown. I'm gonna keep playing it. It's definitely in one of the it's gonna be in the rotation for a bit, I think. Canaveral is gonna go into B too, because Canaveral is a 5 control point map. I'm not a big fan of 5 control point, although as soon as you spawn in, I'm going to put it here on the screen, you have like a slideshow of Poopy Joe from Doomsday and stuff like that. Like, this is what we got to do. We got to send Poopy Joe back into space. Basically, it's just Doomsday, but 5 control point, which is super sick. And at the end, the rocket shoots off and sends Poopy Joe. Really, really cool. Reminds me of Mercenary Park a little bit. Like the midpoint reminds me of Mercenary Park a bit. And just a very, very pretty map. I'm excited to see how it goes. And then the final map, I'm going to put Odyssey in A. And with Odyssey, I didn't play it. I just kind of skimmed through the maps and just like saw how they looked in that and all that. But there is one map in particular that Odyssey really, really caught my eye. And it reminds me of an old map called PL Angor. If you don't know that map, it's a pretty old map. Star made a video it back in the day. I'm pretty sure Germa did too. It's a payload map where you get out of a crash plane and you're pushing through these like Mayan ruins and stuff like that in the jungle. And Odyssey is the same way. You're starting off in a building and you start pushing through these like Greek ruins and stuff. then you go down into like a mining quarry and you end up with this giant like Borderlands saw that you're pushing down into. And I think it's a super, super sick looking map. Honestly, payload, one of the best things you can play in TF2 as well. So this is my quick overview of like just stepping on the maps, except for like Megaton, Berghausen, and Overgrown. Those are like where I believe they belong. But everything else, like quick first impressions, rated off of like beauty and just like what it is as a playing mode. So I hope you guys enjoyed. You can hate on me all you want for, you know, Hadal being here. If you guys like Sulfur, that's fine, honestly. I don't prefer it. Same with Player Destruction, Atom Smash here. And if anything here, you know, you don't disagree with, you know, you can hash it out in the comments if anybody sees this video. If not, cool. I have my opinions to myself. These are my opinions. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.